Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Dennis, and welcome to my art channel. Today, I've got a comic book. This one is Bone in one volume. I remember reading a little bit of this as a kid from Scholastic from the library, and I picked it up recently after watching a video on this platform actually about how the author and the artist behind it is basically one of the most successful independent comic book artists, and it was published surprisingly by Scholastic for schools and educational systems rather than the normal kind of expected Marvel or DC as far as US graphic novels go. But yeah, just from that short flip through, the thing that I like about it is just how expressive and simple a lot of the panels are, and how masterful, I guess, I want to say animation, just how a lot of the movements across the panels go, but I'd say just the flow of the artwork is just very, very masterful, and something that I am quite inspired by, and I'm now reading through it again. Let me know in the comments if you've read Bone in the past, if it's something that sticks to you from your childhood, or if it's something that you're aware of. Maybe you also have seen this YouTube video that popped up in the recommendeds for you. Let me know. Today, based on that, I'm going in straight into my sketchbook and going in with my usual trusty old Pentel pocket brush. You know what it is. Black ink on a synthetic bristle brush. Mixture of strokes, thick and bold, thin and slender kind of strokes. All options with this kind of pen, just depending on how much force is put on the tip. I try not to go too hard at the start, too dark with it. It's better to lean in at first with lighter lines to kind of set a bit of a structure, and then darken it later over time as whatever image it develops over time. Because going into drawing like this, I have no idea what to draw. I've got to put some ink on the paper first to be able to figure out what it is that I'm doing. Like, I don't know, I got some interesting lines there, so I'm like, why not make some faces, meaning in between those lines, some eyes, some noses, some mouths, and that's all you need to be a person, right? These figures that initially it kind of felt like they were going to be mountains, but start to add a couple of jaggedy lines, and starts to look a bit like it's a head, and then give it one more eye, and maybe a little mark for the chest, and it's a person. I feel like that's how my artwork tends to go. It's just like, this feels like it could use a face. This feels like it could be a foot. This, why not? This art is probably as true to myself as I can be. Letting my mind totally be at ease, free from the stresses and pressures of the everyday, and instead focusing totally on what my hand is capable of when it's holding this pen. Depending on the angle that I'm going at, what kind of mark am I going for? Trying to stay playful between these jaggedy, dark marks that press the brush totally into the page for, and the lighter kind of feathery marks that are left on the kind of the corners of the page and make up, I feel like, the background of it. Now I've begun to fill in some of the air, as I would say, for the space. Can't have invisible air, you know. You gotta give it a color. In this case, it's a bit grayish. Things get a little more refined as the simple lines start to become less like individual lines, but more forms and shapes. They're all combining into a symphony of marks that I hope give a message that is one not too negative, but one of optimism and hope for humanity and our future. You know? Nothing too crazy going on here, but maybe some thoughts about where we are as humans and our potential as a species to evolve no longer through the natural evolutionary means, but through technology and our own methods of extending and enhancing life. You know, just some food for thought. Some of the things that were going through my mind as I was developing this drawing. But please let me know in the comments how you feel about these kind of marks, this kind of drawing. If there's anything that stands out to you on this page that maybe looks like a certain thing or invokes a certain kind of emotion, I'm always interested. So please let me know. And you know the usual for the YouTube stuff. If you like the video, I would appreciate a like on the video. And if you're new here, please subscribe for more videos. I always, well, at least lately I've been dropping on Fridays. Who knows what the future holds? It's always subject to change. I feel like I'm going to be uploading more often soon. So look forward to when that happens. You'll have to be subscribed to be able to be notified. Thank you so much. We're getting to the final kind of marks in this drawing. Final darkening of some of the top areas where I feel like there's still some marks just maybe floating a little bit too much. So just one circular form with a crescent in there, maybe an analogy to a moon or something like that. And I think I feel complete. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay healthy, and I hope to see you next week. Peace out.